And lows of the teachers, pupils and families as they prepare for the big nativity play, Cole, Frankenstein and Mirror, tonight at 9:35. Now though, it's Shortland Street.
I need this tapu lifting so that I can feel better, safer. Why won't you do that for me?
Because I'd feel like a hypocrite.
Karake gets me every time too.
I don't even know what he's saying.
Scotty, wake up.
Morning.
You all signed and sealed?
Just about. Chris is getting the contract sorted over the next few days.
You thought you were going to bail on little old Aotearoa.
Yes. But now I'm going to be staying on. I really should learn some te reo.
Aren't you good?
I might need to enlist the help of a friendly local.
Don't look at me. I'm unilingual, if there is such a word.
But you have an impressive knowledge of New Zealand traditions. Fish and chips on the beach, for example.
Yes.
And you mentioned smelly mud pools, sheep being shorn. Now I'm going to be here for a longer time. Maybe I can fit those sorts of things in.
Have fun.
Thanks. I'll see you around.
Yeah.
Hey!
Hi. Up and at it.
Last night was the best sleep I've had in ages.
Really?
Maybe that whole scary thing worked.
Don't say that, Scotty. You shouldn't scoff.
I might get struck down.
I'm serious. Last night...
I'm sorry. And I am glad we did it. Has made a difference. And now I'm really looking forward to renovating. Making this house a home. Our home.
I can't wait.
It's Nigel. How's it all going?
Excellent. Best business decision I ever made.
I had no idea you were thinking of selling.
Oh yeah, time to move on. Dip my fingers into some other pies.
Fair enough then.
So how's Fiji? Everything on track for the resort?
We've had a hell of a response, which means we'll be able to start the second stage of development.
You've sold all the stage 1 units already then?
Just about.
Oh. Well, only I've got a bit of spare cash left after flicking this place. I could be keen.
I'm not sure the profit you'd make from selling the bar would actually stretch to one of our units. Our resort is pretty high end.
What are we talking now, $500,000?
More like 1.5, over 2 for the penthouses.
Oh. Some people have more money than sense.
Actually, our buyers stand to double or even treble their initial investment.
No wonder you got them queuing up then. I just wish I had that sort of money lying around.
Didn't I ask for sugar?
Sorry, just a bit longer.
Who missed me? Come on now, raise your hands.
But is that hand good to go?
Hand schman, I'm ready for action.
Could I get a nil by mouth sign for the patient, please, Tracy?
Sure.
Xavier, my main man, how's it hanging?
Good?
Been a little quiet today.
Ah, did you miss me, mate?
No.
Yeah, you did.
No.
Well, who's ripped your nightie then?
I don't have a nightie.
He means what's eating you.
I'm just trying to understand New Zealand women. Oh,
I've lived here nearly my whole life, mate, and I'm still struggling with that one myself.
Aha. All New Zealand women or just one in particular?
not one, no. Just a general interest. Out of curiosity, nothing more.
Come on, who is she?
Shoot!
Oopsie.
Hey, do you need a hand?
No, thank you.
Hey, how's it going? How's the house?
Feels much better here.
Awesome.
But, something really weird happened last night. Scotty said something in his sleep.
Oh, Sarah does that all the time. She was going on about the washing machine the other night.
Scotty recited the entire karakia from the ceremony last night, which is really weird considering he doesn't know any Māori.
Subconscious is an amazing thing, eh?
You think that's all it is? It's just in his head?
Yeah, why not?
Because when Scotty wasn't pouring scorn, he was completely uninterested. For him to suddenly be able to recite the entire thing...
Maybe Scotty was just pretending not to be interested. I reckon the ceremony affected him more than he let on.
You think?
Sure. What did he say when you told him about it this morning?
I didn't tell him.
Why not?
Because he was so happy that I'm finally over being scared of the house that I didn't want to tell him that he freaked me out all over again.
Shanti, don't let it freak you out. I mean, sleep talking's really common. Doesn't mean anything.
That's all I wanted to hear.
Soy latte.
Thanks, Nigel.
Oh, and you must come back some evening and have one of our organic beers.
Ooh, we'd love to. Yeah.
You may want to put some shoes on later if he comes back.
Hendrik gave up wearing shoes 17 years ago. He didn't like feeling restricted.
Okay.
Kieran, good news. The organic lagers have arrived.
Well, that's great, Nigel. You must be very pleased.
I am. I'm so pleased. In fact, I'm going to give you one each on the house.
Very decent of you.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks for coming back.
What's up, Brooke okay?
Oh, yeah, she's fine. No, I wanted to talk to you some more about Fiji. I've done some number crunching, and I want in.
I thought you said you couldn't afford it.
No, but there's a couple of guys I do business with. We'll be keen to pool our resources and get in on it.
I don't know, Kieran.
Come on, you made the return sound so attractive. And we have cash. Whenever you're ready.
Sorry, mate. I'm pretty sure we've already offloaded the last of those units.
You can't be serious. You only just...
You've got to move quickly in this game.
Bit of spare time on your hands now, huh? That you're off the Ethan Pierce case?
Actually, the powers that be have had to do an about-face.
You're back on?
Fools.
Yeah?
The charges against Brooke Freeman have been dropped.
What? I knew she's out on bail, but why would it...
She's got a bloody good lawyer, that's all I'll say.
Yeah, but you never thought she did it anyway.
I've got another hunch or two.
Alice Piper. Ever since you mentioned it to me, I've noticed that she and Maya Jeffries have definitely been on edge about something.
Yeah?
I even heard Maya telling Alice the other day to watch her step. She was worried about me being nosy.
You can't help yourself, can you?
Old habits die hard, especially when I think someone has something to hide. And Alice Piper, if you ask me, is guilty as hell.
I'm not so sure.
Make up your mind.
Come on, let's think outside the square for a moment. What if Maya did it, and her mate Alice Piper's covering up for her?
Maya, no, she's a mouse. And Alice, on the other hand, has been bordering on unhinged for months now.
Her movements on the day gave her enough of an opportunity.
Was there any suggestion that she was even at the scene?
She was in the neighbourhood, placed by a speed camera around about that time. She claimed she was buying nappies from a special nappy store over that way.
A big coincidence.
That's just what I thought.
But Maya, really?
Well, we'll soon find out for sure.
Xavier?
Yes?
Did Chris let you know that we're going to have to make some changes to this afternoon's list?
No.
We've got a post-op hemorrhage just come in, so we're a theatre short. Do you have anything that's non-urgent?
There's a cleft lip and palate correction I could probably shift. I'll let you know.
Thank you so much. It's good to meet a surgeon who's so accommodating.
Discharge summary for Mrs. Dwyer.
Oh, Ta, she'll be pleased. She's keen to get out of here.
All good?
All good. Hey, is it true that Xavier Moyo is staying on?
It is, I'm pleased to say.
It's good, he seems nice.
But
he seems a bit uncomfortable around me. Do you think he might be a little conservative?
Oh, the lesbian thing. I wouldn't know, actually. I've never discussed it with him.
Either that or he's scared. He's heard I've got a habit of losing it and lashing out at surgeons who peeve me off.
What happened with Ethan Pierce hardly constitutes a habit. And there were extenuating circumstances to that unfortunate incident, to say the very least.
Done enough.
Oh, okay. At what?
I've just signed up for a Te Reo course. What?
I'm very surprised.
Well, don't read too much into it. I'm not going to go all born-again tangata whenua. This course has been on offer for nurses for a while, and I just thought, what the hey? Might be interesting.
What's interesting is the timing.
I knew you would think it had something to do with yesterday.
Maybe you were more into it than you admit.
I still think it's all hocus pocus, but at the time I thought it might be good to know what the Kaumata was going on about.
The karakia.
Sure. Yeah, when he said hello when he first arrived.
Scotty, you said the karakia last night. In your sleep. You said it. All of it. While you were sleeping.
What are you talking about?
TK says it must be your subconscious.
You told TK.
Well, because it freaked me out. You don't speak Māori, yet last night you sounded like you were completely fluent. I found it weird and scary, and you can't tell me that you don't too.
All the women in the country, he has to go and fall for her.
Oi, what's wrong with Alice?
Hello, the girl's got so much baggage she needs her own ute.
Yeah, she probably wouldn't be interested anyway.
Why not? He is a man. Oh, meow. I'm just saying, that ever since I have known her, she has never been single. One partner dies, she just grabs another one. He dies. I mean, she really is the Black Widow. You should steer Xavier well clear of Alice Piper.
Mrs. Jones. Mrs. Jones, have you administered her IV antibiotics?
Xavier likes Alice.
It's just speculation. We're probably way off the mark.
Well, he'd be wasting his time. The last thing Alice needs is to leap into another romance.
But she usually does, doesn't she?
Oh, and you'd know, given you two are so close.
So, I hear the charges against Brooke Freeman have been dropped.
She's out on bail, doesn't mean the charges are dropped.
New development. Brooke Freeman is a free woman. Have we used that one before?
No, surprisingly.
So, I wonder who they're looking at now.
Who knows? They must have a fairly strong lead if they've let Brooke go, so I'm sure we'll all find out soon.
Yeah, I guess we will.
We'll catch you.
See you.
We just need to check a few of the details from your previous statement.
Sure, I don't really know how I could be of much help though.
Oh, look, sometimes it's just the tiniest little detail that can send us in a direction that, well, we might not have thought of.
You know, I didn't even really know Ethan Pierce, so it wasn't me.
We're not here because you're in trouble or anything like that.
It wasn't me either.
But can you remember what Maya was wearing that day?
I can't even remember what I was wearing that far back.
Jeans, dress, skirt, shorts.
It definitely wasn't shorts.
Take your time.
Oh, I know how I could find out though. I was using Maya's video camera that day I was filming JJ when she got home.
Okay. I don't suppose you've got the tape?
No, Maya came to get it actually.
I see.
The original footage will still be on the hard drive though, eh?
Oh, yeah, actually.
Any chance we could check it out?
Sure. Man, you guys must be pretty thorough going through people's home movies.
It's all part of the job.
Hey.
Hey, what are you doing up here? Not looking for me, I hope.
Transferring a patient.
Of course. Look, Alice, I thought I could keep my distance from you, but I can't. I would like to go out on a real date with you. Oh?
Xavier, that's sweet of you. But we did the right thing. Or the right thing for me, anyway. I still need to stay away from all men.
But we had a good
Seriously, I have issues. I have issues for Africa. What I mean is...
It's okay, you'd rather not. I understand.
Thanks.
Is everything okay?
Yes, why?
He wasn't giving you a hard time or anything?
No, why would he?
No reason. Hey, I've got some pretty full-on news.
No, thank you.
What?
No, thank you. I really can't stand your paranoia right now.
We better order a bottle of the good stuff. Now we've got something to celebrate.
I don't know what that lawyer friend of yours said or did, but I think I love her.
You didn't do it, Brookie. The truth always outs in the end.
It really does, doesn't it?
A regular customer, I see.
Can't get me away from the
Well,
place.
perhaps that's got something to do with our range of organic beers. Can I interest you in another?
Actually, we'll go a bottle of this.
The real deal, all the way from France.
Got a problem with the carbon footprint, mate?
No, my wife, she's in France at the moment.
Maybe sampling the very same stuff.
Hopefully not from the navel of some hulking brute named Fabrice or Pierre or... Sorry. One bottle of our very best champagne coming up.
Something to celebrate.
The charges against me have been dropped.
Oh, that's great. I knew it would happen sooner or later.
So did I.
Hi, Chris Warner.
Grantmaster. Brooke's father.
Yes, and you are?
A colleague.
Enjoy your champagne.
Cheers. Bit of tension there, Brookie. Anything I should know about?
He's an ex. It was nothing, though.
I like your new bloke, Kieran.
He's not my new bloke. He's just an acquaintance.
You could have fooled me.
I'm sure he'd go out with me if he had the chance, but he's not my type.
Why's that?
He's a small-time businessman who thinks he's cleverer than he is.
He's got a bit of cash, though.
He has, actually. Years ago, Kieran's father stole his fiancée.
Eh?
And he tried to make up for it by giving him a big fat wad of money. I know. Classy, eh?
You see, your old man's not such a big rat bag after all.
What are you doing?
Homework.
After your first class? Hardly seems fair.
Yeah, we have to put together a family tree.
Found a tree, cool.
Not? I haven't got a clue.
Well, isn't that part of the fun? Doing the research, making discoveries?
I had no contact with my extended family. Dad bailed on the Ngāti Rongonui, the iwi, before I was born.
You never talked to your nan about your ancestors?
She died when I was 7, so even if she did say something about anyone...
Well, I guess you ring Jimmy and ask some questions.
Do we have to?
It's your homework.
I joined this course to learn the Māori language, not trawl through the deadbeats and crims that make up my family.
Scotty, you know that they're not all crims.
Do I? The gene has to come from somewhere. I'm not actually joking.
Do you want me to ring Jimmy for you?
What for?
Well, if you're not into it...
No. It'll be fine, I'll do it. Stupid course better be worth it.
So we're offering a healthy, conscience-free breakfast menu.
Conscience-free.
All organic, all locally sourced.
Yeah, you see, I hear organic, but I think expensive.
It depends where you get your product from. Now, see this dish here. Cherry tomatoes with basil on toast. Now, I grew those cherry tomatoes myself.
Seriously, and you got a good supply?
I have enough for 3 portions.
Nigel, you can't offer something if there's only enough for 3 portions.
No. If it runs out, we tell the customers it's sold out, and that will say something to them, Kieran. It will say popular, it will say in demand, it will say you must come back and try this dish some other time, for it is good. Lunch and dinner, I should start charging you rent.
Actually, I'm just here to talk to this bloke.
I'm going to do for you, Grant.
Still interested in the Fiji resort?
Yeah, sure, but I thought you said you'd sold all the units.
Yeah, bit of a white lie there, mate. I was going to keep 1 or 2 for myself, but I've had a rethink. No need to be greedy. And seeing as you're such a good friend of my daughter's...
Well, I'm definitely still keen. I will need a few more details, though, of course.
Of course. The resort is situated on the Vosi Vosi archipelago. This will give you an idea of the size and scale of the thing.
Wow, impressive. Do you need a bar manager by any chance, do you?
You'd be more than welcome.
Night.
Long day, huh?
Certainly was. I can't wait to get home.
I can.
Really, what's wrong?
Long story. Boring story. Story I'm so over. Hey, Xavier.
Yes?
You know that date you were talking about?
Yes?
I'm still not sure about that, but it's late and I'm hungry and looking for any excuse not to go home.
There is one thing that I've learned since I've been in New Zealand.
Uh-huh.
And that's how to make a cheese and onion toasty. Thanks to Kip.
Yeah, he's good at those, but the only thing he's good at in the kitchen, if I remember rightly. Oh, we used to flat together back in the day. We were barely out of our teens.
You flatted with Kip? So you know about the nocturnal trips to the fridge.
The nocturnal nude trips to the fridge.
I was most startled when I got off my late shift last night and found him mid-swig from the milk carton.
That's gross.
So, cheese and onion toast is in my house?
Only if we can swap living with Kit Denton stories.
Is it date? Or not? What is it?
It's dinner. We'll start with that, eh?
No, it's fine. Forget it. There's not really much point, is there? See ya. Well, I gave it a go.
And what?
I couldn't get Dad, so I spoke to my sister.
Was she no help?
Rebecca reckons she spoke to Dad about the rallies a while back when she had the kids. It was a total blank.
A blank? Well, that's crazy. Surely he must know something about his own family.
Obviously, but he's not interested in sharing. He's left him behind, and he's not into it. End of story.
Not end of story. What about your mother?
Shanti, no one's heard from her since she ran off, and that was before I joined the army.
You should go to the marae, cut out the middleman, and find out for yourself.
Shanti, no.
Righty-ho, here are all the account details. As soon as your investors get your cash in there, we can start talking about units, floor plans, and... Is there a problem?
You could say that.
Don't tell me you're getting cold feet.
Freezing.
Well, the best thing to do is to dip them in the warm Fijian waters. It's like a bathtub.
I did a little bit of investigating.
Of course you did. It's best to go into these things with your eyes wide open.
Yeah, I checked up on the site in Vossi Vossi. Turns out 10 years ago, another company applied for consent to build. They were turned down.
That would be PR Holdings. The difference between that outfit and mine is that they failed to grease the bureaucratic wheels. Money talks, you see. We have every license and consent that we need.
Well, the council gave me the name of a chap to talk to at PR Holdings.
You have been a busy little bee, haven't you? Look, it's perfectly normal to be nervous when you don't know the ins and outs.
Cut the crap. The site you're selling is a lemon. The land is way too unstable to ever be built on.
Hey, that's just their story. They're trying to put you off.
It's a swamp, Grant. Now, if I could find that out with a couple of phone calls, then so could you. So either you're the most idiotic, incompetent developer of all time, or you're scamming people. I know which I'd put my money on.
Another night out. Is there something you should tell me?
No.
Sorry, I was only asking.
Well, I actually don't need another mother, thanks.
I was asking as a friend, Alice. Also because getting into a relationship might not be a good idea right now.
Excuse me?
We've got this secret. And imagine if you started feeling close to someone, if you felt tempted to tell
Maya,
them.
stop it.
We can't trust anyone else, Alice. No one. Who is it?
Detective Inspector Bill Lamont. Open up, please.
Don't panic, just open it.
Good morning, what can we do for you today?
You'll have to come down to the station with us, Miss Piper.
More questions?
No. We're placing you under arrest for the murder of Ethan Pierce.
More drama to come this afternoon with EastEnders at the earlier time of 1:25 when Alfie prepares for a showdown with Michael.